Back here live from Turner Stadium as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Kingwood trailing by 21 points, 35-14. With 12 minutes to go here in the fourth. So here comes the snap, 3rd down and 5. Tossing quick over the middle of the field, and it is caught right at the sticks for a first down. Number 46, Ellis Ekberg, making the catch and the first down. So Kingwood still in business here.
That's a big catch from your tight end. You want to have your tight end with sure hands getting over the middle. Usually the middle of that zone is where you want to have your big tight end to catch. Run about 5 to 10 yards, depending upon how many yards you need for a first down. Just settle up, have a quarterback step back in a 3-step drop, fire it. Completion, first down, Kingwood. Nice play for them.
2 wide receivers far to the near side. Here comes the snap. Hands off. No, he's going to keep it himself. Finds a big hole down the field to the 35, 40, 50. And he gets the first down to the 45-yard line. It is actually marked down at the 43.
That's exactly what they need. That's another dimension. That's what Trudell can bring. And you can see he was aggressive when he hit that hole. I mean, he hit that hole with, with a determined purpose, and got another first down for Kingwood.
So first down, 43-yard line is where they'll mark it. Clock continuing to run, down to 11 minutes to go in this ball game. Kingwood needing a touchdown here to stay alive. Same formation, 4 wide receivers. And there's a false start against Kingwood. That is not what you want to see right now.
Procedure indication against the Mustangs.
That'll back them up.
We'll bring up a 1st and 15.
So first down and 15 for the Mustangs of Kingwood. Told you I'd do that all night. Trudell in the gun. Here comes the snap. Under pressure, trying to step up in the pocket. He breaks free, tosses it over the middle of the field. He's got a man open at the 15-yard line. But it's incomplete. It falls between 2 wide receivers. I saw you get a little excited over it.
Yeah, that was a heck of a play for Trudell to even get out of there. Back a little bit like and to fire it over the field. As a wide receiver, you see your guy scrambling, fighting for his life. You have to keep running just a little bit more. I think if the receiver would have kept running on that play, he would have ran right into that ball.
I was going to say, it looked like they had just kind of let up a little bit. And Trudell put it right where he would have been had he stayed full speed.
Yes.
So 2nd down and long, 2nd and 15 here. Ball at the 47-yard line. Trudell on the option, keeps himself, finds the hole, and he gains 6 yards on the play. Down to the 41-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, see Kingwood, they've changed up their offense just a little bit. They run a little bit of that option. They haven't really done that most of the night. It's having some success because now it's putting pressure. When you run that option, now you have to be disciplined on defense. Defensive end has to have contained and has to follow the quarterback. You have to have a guy for the running back to get that relationship ratio. So it puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Trips to the near side this time, 3rd down and 9 coming up. Trudell with the snap, hands the ball off to Lay. Lay trying to find the edge towards the near side, but he's ran down and tackled in the backfield for a loss. And it's going to be 4th down. And Kingwood is in 4-down territory here. They have to go for it.
My goodness, that was Ed Oliver. I thought that was a linebacker coming from back there. That young man at the defensive tackle spot. Good grief.
He has some speed.
Wow.
He ran down Lay from behind.
Wow. I mean, there's like a little defensive back coming up there. Nice job from Mr. Oliver. I mean, the Cougars, guys, I mean, I know you've had a heck of a season, but you're getting another hoss to come up there. Wow. Big time.
So 4th down and 11. 2 wide receivers near to the far side. Drops back to pass. 3-man rush. Under pressure. He gets away from it. Now he's going to toss it down the right side of the field. He's trying to find a man. Ball is bobbled and dropped. Almost intercepted. It would have been better had the intercepted for Kingwood, but luckily he didn't catch it. Now the Westfield Mustangs have very favorable field position again.
Trudell's running for his life back there. Ed Oliver, I mean, he said this is going to be my personal possession right here. He's running the quarterback down from the backside a couple times and then barely missed him on that one. I mean, Trudell had to rush the ball. He would have liked to sit down and put his feet underneath him, but he had no choice but to get rid of it with Oliver coming after him like that.
This Westfield team really showing why they have so much Division I talent.
Yeah.
And they should be sitting at a record of really 9-1. After the forfeit, they're 8-2.
Yeah.
So it just comes down to them, and Kingwood's going to call a timeout here. It comes down to really them just this is a very good Westfield team they're playing. So we're going to take a quick break and be right back. You're listening to TexanLive.com. Don't go anywhere, folks. 8:34 to go, 35-14, Westfield leading Kingwood. We'll be right back.
As a Ford employee, I get to give my friends a special deal on cars, trucks, and SUVs.
It's friends and neighbors pricing, and for a limited time, we're letting everyone in on this deal.
That doesn't happen every day.
And you can see the low price at Ford.com.
There it is.
And that's the low price you'll pay.
It's that easy.
You don't have to negotiate. It's hassle-free.
It's an inside deal.
Now for everyone.
America's best-selling brand now offers friends and neighbors pricing to everyone on all Ford vehicles, but only for a limited time at your participating Texas Ford dealer.
35-14 the score here at Turner Stadium. J.W. Smith alongside Derek Jones. And Derek, interesting stat here. Westfield's only had the ball for 2 minutes and 12 seconds in this half, and they've scored 14 points.
Yeah, with a team that's quick strike capable as they are, they don't need the ball very long. It's like that basketball team who can shoot the three-pointer. I mean, they don't need a lot of possessions to put a lot of points up on you. And Westfield, once again, they score really quick.
So under center this time is Sterling Cole, offset eye. It's going to be a handoff to Rose. Rose going to take it towards the right side. He finds a hole. He bounces around a little bit, and he gets brought down for a gain of 4, maybe 5 yards. Looks like it's actually going to be 4 there. And Westfield, you can see the difference in that formation than the previous 2 drives. It seems like they're just content to run some clock here and get out of here with a victory because they have a big game, or they pending this game. It's not over yet. I've seen crazy things happen, but Lake Travis is a team that they're going to be playing if they win this game. And that's not they beat Pflugerville 48-0 yesterday. Here comes the snap, and the handoff. No, it's a play. I know, it's a handoff. Sterling Cole faked me out twice, and it was to Rose. He gains a couple of yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. Ball right at midfield.
Yeah, just like you said, they're trying to run a little bit of the clock as well, and keep the game moving. They don't have to have that big strike. They're up 35-14 with about 7 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. And they also want to work on their running game too. They know they can't just line up and throw the ball deep on everybody that they play. The other teams are going to have athletes just like they are. So it's an opportunity to run the clock and work on some other offense.
High formation, hands ball off. It's going to be a rollout, tossing to the right side, and he overthrows his wide receiver. That was going to Jalen Martin. Just overthrows him, so it's going to be 4th down now for Westfield. And you can see this offense has gone to a different mode. They're a little bit less aggressive on this drive, and it cost them a 3 and out.
Yeah, you kind of took themselves out of their own game. I mean, they've been a fast break kind of a team most of this game, and now they've tried to come down to take that methodical run the clock, and because they don't need the points right now. And Kingwood's had a hard time moving the ball and with any consistency, so they're not really worried too much about the score part, but it definitely takes them out of their rhythm.
Here comes the punt. The kick is almost blocked, but it's up, and it's going to fall at the 25-yard line and be fielded at the 15 and immediately wrapped up and hit. In the backfield is number 7 for Kingwood. That's Cole Preston.
And that's outstanding punt return coverage. You have your gunners on the outside running down the field. There is a penalty on the field as well, though.
So we're going to wait for that call, but tune in tonight to the Fox Sports Southwest after our game from 11 to midnight for the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by Texan Drive. Join Howard Chin, Tad Johnson, Courtney Rowland, and Courtney Madden as they get you caught up with all the playoff action. The Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by Texan Drive tonight from 11 to midnight on Fox Sports Southwest.
Out in Clyde, it's Atascocita 32, Pine Collins 20.
So that one's going to go against Westfield.
Yeah, as they're getting set up for this, I want to take the time to commend Bert Brocker and all the fine, crew and staff at TexanLive.com. I mean, they've done an outstanding job all season long. I mean, JW and everyone else. I mean, it's been first class all the way, and I mean, it's been a pleasure to have the opportunity to be with you guys. And I look forward to the rest of this season, the playoffs, of course. But kudos to everybody at TexanLive.com. Outstanding so far this year.
It has been a great season calling games with everybody up here. So here comes the snap. It's going to be a fake handoff, dropping out, rolling to the far side, and it's overthrown again to Matt Dean, trying to get something going. Out of bounds, as Trudell has just had a little bit of trouble getting the ball to his receivers on the run.
Yeah, outstanding coverage from Byron Miller for Westfield. I mean, they've been over these guys all day on the routes, and Trudell just a little bit off. Like I said, he's been out, a lot of this season. And trying to come back in tonight and catch up with some of these wide receivers just a little bit off sync.
So 2nd down and 10, ball on the 30-yard line. Trudell dropping back, rolling out, tossing towards the far side or the near side of the field, but he just off an inaccurate throw right there as he was throwing on the run. Incomplete.
Yeah, Trudell's running for his life back there. I mean, the defensive line for Westfield, I mean, they've teed off most of the night. They're getting a lot of penetration. I know Ed Oliver is the highlight guy, the headline guy, but his buddies right beside him are just as capable, and they're all getting penetration right now.
Well, it is truly a team effort on that defensive line, because if there's not talent around Oliver, then Oliver's going to be ineffective.
Exactly.
So it's really showing tonight. And here comes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Lay. Trying to breaks a couple of tackles and down to the 41-yard line. And it's a first down for Kingwood. Lay has been fighting hard for yards all night.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with that young man. I mean, he's had a heck of a season. I mean, I know he's a senior now, but he doesn't have to hold his head low at all for any point of this season. He's run hard. He's given an outstanding campaign, and looking forward, hopefully he'll get an opportunity, at the next level if he decides he wants to continue playing, because whoever is going to get him is going to get a hard-nosed running back in that backfield.
In the gun is Trudell.
Right.
Dropping back, under pressure, stepping up. He's got a little bit of room. He finds a hole. Now he's going to keep it himself. Gets a huge block by one of his linemen. That is Matt Dean. Huge block. Wow. He laid a hit on somebody down there.
Wow.
Look at that replay. Wow.
Yeah, I always tell my young men, when you're running around chasing a guy, make sure you have your head on a swivel. My goodness.
Byron Miller taking a huge hit there. That is Matt Dean. That's usually the kind of stuff you see from a fullback, though, really.
Yeah, that's definitely a fullback play. And I heard that Griffin Lay is Southwest Missouri State. That's outstanding for that young man as well. I mean, they're going to get a heck of a talented young man in the backfield who runs hard, he plays hard as well.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Your score here from Turner, 35-14, Westfield leading Kingwood. Don't go anywhere.
DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas. How does your typical Texas mom stop the afternoon munchies?
Mom, we're hungry.
With a quick stop at DQ. From great DQ desserts like the Blizzard to classic dip cones, shakes, sundaes, and more. Because DQ has something for everybody. For the best treats and eats in Texas, there's only one place to stop. DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas.
Back here live from Turner Stadium, J.W. Smith alongside Derek Jones and Byron Miller walking off the field after taking a huge hit. Matt Dean that was one of the biggest blocks or biggest hits I've seen all year.
Yeah, it's a big hit. It's glad to see that young man walking off the field. I mean, he should feel better in a little bit, but that's a big-time peelback block is what we call those. And in the old school coaches, old school players, you also call those decleaters because the cleats are not on the field anymore once you get hit like that.
So 2nd down and 4 for the Kingwood Mustangs here with 5:37 to go in the game. Handing the ball off to Lay, and in the backfield, almost getting Brad down, but he gets the first down to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, gets run down from behind, down at the 34-yard line. But Oliver got into the backfield and almost had a had him wrapped up behind the line.
Yeah, once again, Oliver, he's back in the backfield causing havoc like he's been doing all night long. But just going back to Mayde once again, bouncing to the outside on the left hand, off tackle, running down the sideline. That young man, I said earlier, he's been running hard all night. It's a nice play from him, number 21.
Well, Griffin Mayde, knowing this is, you're only guaranteed tonight, and he's leaving it all out on the field as Trudell's going to drop back to pass, and it is tipped and falls onto the field. That was a standard tip drill, but nobody in the air to get it.
Yeah, he's trying to find T.J. West once again. It was nice coverage. The ball sailed on him just a little bit. And once again, that's predicated all on the rust. He just hadn't had the opportunity to be out there with any consistency. If he had been playing every single game, you make no excuses, but everything that you play in sports, you have to have a rhythm and a routine to it. And anytime you break that rhythm, it makes it kind of hard to get back in that flow again.
So 2nd and 10, Kingwood, ball on the 28-yard line. 5:17 to go, dropping back to pass and wrapped up and sacked in the backfield is Trudell. He was immediately getting pressure on him, and just as soon as he got the ball, he was already getting touched.
Yeah, we talked about him having some buddies back there. That's big Keandre making a play right next to Mr. Oliver. His name's cut off at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
But Keandre came in the backfield, and like I said, all night long, those two guys, the big nose tackle, defensive tackle guys, have been causing havoc for Kingwood. Been hard to block. They've been double teamed all night, but they're still getting a good push. That's great coaching and a great athleticism.
3rd down and long here for the Kingwood Mustangs. Ball at the 33-yard line. In the gun, drops back to pass, under pressure, steps up, gets away from the pressure. Now, tossing towards the near side, and it's in and out of the hands of Eric Hammersmith. And he might have heard footsteps, and that could have possibly thrown off his catch there.
Yeah, nice coverage from Gordon Warren on the play. He broke on the ball. It's outstanding coverage. I mean, I almost thought he was going to break in front of the ball and pick that ball off. But you get that once again, like I say, they don't pass the ball a whole lot, so it's that rhythm and routine that they're just not comfortable with yet.
Yeah, they're in a situation right now where they have no choice but to pass and try to get down the field quick. And it's 4th and long again, 2 wide receivers near and far, and there's a flag on the play.
Neutral zone?
No, they're going to call a false start here against Kingwood, and that's going to back them up even more. So let's see if Coach Campbell just decides to kick it away or go for it here.
Yeah, with 4 minutes left, I mean, if I'm Coach Campbell, I would definitely try to go for it. Right now, the way Westfield is playing, they're playing in that cover 2. That middle is open. Now, do you have anybody that's fast enough to get to that middle? I'm not sure. I mean, I would take a guy like Mayde, who does appear to have that foot speed. I'd maybe put him in that slot formation, and I'd run him on an 8 route, a post route in the middle of the field, and see if maybe we can kind of split that and get him a catch.
The road to state continues tomorrow at TexanLive.com. Cinco Ranch matches up with Bel Air at 1, and then at 6, New Caney faces off against Nederland. It's the road to state on Texan Live, your new home for high school sports. And Derek, you're going to be at that Bel Air game, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be Bel Air at Cinco Ranch tomorrow.
So Kingwood coming to the line really quick, and now they're going to call timeout as Coach Campbell is like, he's over there waving his hands. So, but yeah, that Bel Air game in Cinco Ranch, that should be an interesting matchup. And New Caney against Nederland, that should be a good one too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Cinco Ranch. I mean, of course, I live kind of close to that Katy area, and Cinco Ranch, have watched them a couple times this season. I mean, they have a real good team. They played a tough Katy game the other day to finish 2nd in the district, 19-6A. So that should be interesting. And of course, Bel Air, they've always had some success, especially the last few years with their team. So looking forward to making the call tomorrow on that game.
Also, don't forget to log on to Texan Live each and every week to vote for the Cavender's Player of the Week. Then tune in for every Friday to the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by Texan Drive to see who Courtney Madden showcases as the Cavender's Player of the Week on Fox Sports Southwest. And there's a couple of players here tonight that could, get that, maybe some votes for that.
Yeah, some votes on offense and defense, for both sides, actually.
And
even though the score.
And nobody likes to vote for a defensive player for any kind of, little Player of the Week's award, but goodness gracious, Ed Oliver has been all over the field in the backfield and making plays and disrupting, and it's just been impressive for him.
Yeah, Mr. Oliver, he's definitely felt at home out here in Humble. I mean, nice job from him, rolling around, chasing everybody.
So this is it for the Mustangs, 4th and just about 20 yards here, dropping back to pass. Trudell under pressure, tosses it up, deep down the field, and it is incomplete on the ground. Here's the flag coming in as they were looking at the referees. Excuse me. And that was intended for number 21, Griffin Lay.
Yeah, kind of like what we talked about. They tried to get him on one of those post routes. They see cover 2. Man, they're physical back there in their secondary. They had to call something.
So Kingwood gets the pass interference, and it's going to be first down. The Houston High School football playoffs continue next week as Texan Life is your home for the postseason. Get your tickets to the state championship held at NRG Stadium in Houston by following the UIL link on TexanLive.com. Then follow your team on the road to state at the home for Houston High School Sports, TexanLive.com. That's something I'm excited for personally, is to have the state championships here in Houston this year.
Yeah, that's good for the city of Houston. I mean, it's really good. And UIL, everything that's going on right now with Texas high school football.
Trips to the near side, 1st and 10, dropping back to pass, stepping up and gets touched, but he eludes the pressure, now tossing towards the end zone and out of bounds. He was just getting rid of the ball.
Yeah, once again, that pressure, it's intense back there. I mean, he's running for his life, and it's nothing against the lineman. It's just the defensive lineman for Westfield. I mean, they're as advertised. Those guys are stout and they're aggressive. They're using their hands. They're swatting and swimming. I mean, I'm not saying J.J. Watt, because I'm not going to use that analogy, but it probably to him feels like J.J. Watt's out there the way they're coming in.
Well, they're just so physical, and they
Yes.
come at you every play. They don't take a play off, and that's just going to wear you down as an offensive lineman. And also the fact that now you're having to pass the ball, and you're not used to pass blocking.
Yeah, they want you to pass at this point.
Yeah, exactly. So 2nd and 10, under center's Trudell. Here he goes, drops back, rolling out, fakes the handoff, gets a block. Now he's under pressure again, cutting back up the field, tossing over towards the end zone. He's got a man open, and it's caught but out of bounds as he couldn't get his foot down. That was Loika again. And they just can't catch a break, and there's a flag on the play here. Was there some pushing and shoving going on down there, Derek?
Yeah, it looks like defensive may be a penalty on hitting the quarterback too late.
Looking at that replay, that was a great catch. That'll go down as a no catch as he was out of bounds.
Yeah, they're hitting Trudell in the backfield like a piñata. I mean, they're bouncing him around. At some point, I mean, as a coach, you may even have to just start running the ball. At this point, they're teeing off of just to kind of keep them off balance. Because if not, I mean, they're teeing off.
Ball will be spun on the 11-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 from the 11.
So 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. They can still get a first down before getting 1st and goal. Atascocita still leading 32-27 over Klein Collins. Trudell dropping back, looking right, and it's almost picked off. Big hit as two defenders ran into each other. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Trudell helping Trudell off the floor again. Once again, you know, like I said,
every time.
Yeah, you've got to maybe throw in a run or something. If nothing else, I know it's running the clock out, and it's probably counterproductive to what you're trying to do, but if nothing else, to keep them off of him just a little bit so he can catch his breath, because every time he drops back, he's getting hit.
So Trudell breaks the huddle, taking his men to the line. 3:49 to go, still trailing 35-14. Kingwood needing to score here. Drop back to pass, hands the ball off to Lay. Lay bouncing around, trying to fight for extra yardage, and he's going to fall very close and in the end zone. They're marking him in. One referee says he's in, waiting for the official call. One says he's out. Looking at the replay, it looked like he was in, Derek.
Yeah, is there a flag, a holding flag maybe?
That's usually what you'll see. Gotta admire his effort, though.
That's Lay again. We talked about it all night. I mean, he's running very, very hard, you know, for that opportunity to get back there in that backfield.
So timeout by Kingwood with 3:35 to go. We're going to take a quick timeout. They're trailing 35-14 to Westfield. Don't go anywhere, folks. The conclusion of this game coming your way. We'll be right back. You're listening to TexanLive.com.
I'm Danny Sullivan, owner of Sullivan's Advanced Paint and Body, your home of top quality craftsmanship with hands-on care. We proudly offer a national lifetime guarantee. Stop on by and say hi. You're going to be glad you did. At Sullivan'sAdvancedPaintandBody.com, we're really going the extra mile to make you smile. Sullivan'sAdvancedPaintandBody.com, 22500 Loop 494 in Kingwood.
Back here live from Turner Stadium as Kingwood is trailing the Westfield Mustangs. With 3:35, they're down 35-14. It is second down and long. They need the 1 yard line to get a fresh set of downs, and Coach Barry Campbell has been laying into the referee on the sidelines this entire timeout. Unhappy with some of the calls here on this drive, but the stat really is the 10 consecutive incomplete passes by Dawson Trudell.
Yeah, Westfield's defense is stout when they came in. I mean, they were only giving up 129.3 yards on the rush. Against the pass, they're only giving up 135, so it's not like they give up a lot of passing yards, and you see why. That front seven is very aggressive. They're very hard to block. I mean, you have your ends coming off the edge. You have your two big guys in the middle, you know, Condre, and you have Oliver, which they're stout. I mean, you're trying to double team those guys, but it's a matter of math. You just don't have enough guys to keep those gentlemen out of the backfield.
So second and long here, ball on the 22-yard line. So second and 20. Trips to the near side. Trudell dropping back to pass, rolling towards the near side, trying to find some time, and now he does. He drops the deep out of the edge into the end zone and out of bounds. And he was trying to get Chase Evans on the route there, but just overthrown.
Yeah, that ball's overthrown, but that's all, once again, I use that word predicated. That's all for the defense from the many times they're in the backfield. Even when he's on the rollout and he's trying to be comfortable and there's not anybody around him, he's been hit so much that he's anticipating to get hit again. So it kind of makes the ball sell a little bit because you're rushing. You're not getting your feet set.
So Trudell waits for the snap, drops back. Under pressure now, and it's going to be tossed to Hammersmith, who gets wrapped up, but breaks free and then gets caught by the pursuit, and it's a gain of a couple of yards. So that puts them into a better situation, but they still need the 1 yard line, and they're on the 17.
And that was Oliver again, his pursuit, man. That young man has a motor. And if you want to know what a motor is, when you look up, you see a guy running from sideline to sideline, and you keep calling his name. I mean, he never stops, doesn't take a break. He's not going out to get a drink of water. He's relentless.
So fourth down and 16 here. Trudell dropping back to pass, tossing towards the end zone, looking for something. And there's contact, but it's almost caught in the end zone. No flag on the play, and it's incomplete. And that is a turnover on downs, and you can hear the displeasure from the crowd here as there was no flag thrown on the play.
Yeah, they allow both guys to play up at the top, let both guys hand fight is going on from both sides, offensively and defensively. Sometimes referees will decide to keep the flag in the pocket, which on that play I can understand why they decided that.
It could have gone either way, but with the way that they've called this game, I agree that it wasn't too unexpected. So here we go. Westfield going to have the ball here to start their drive with 2:42 to go in the game. Score update coming in. The Woodlands has defeated Klein Oaks 16-7. Atascocita still in a battle down there, 32-27 the score there at the last update. As Sterling Cole, correction, that's Chase Pine, the backup quarterback, coming into the game. So Westfield's taking their timeout. So, for all intents and purposes, Westfield's going to walk out of here with a victory.
Yeah.
And they will be going on to play Lake Travis. And with the way that this season, or that they've played tonight, they started a little sloppy, but came out in the second half. Really, they really have. They've picked it up in the second half. I mean, they've played their game better.
Yeah, they stabilized everything they need to do. I mean, you came out a little bit antsy, big playoff game. You know you're the hunted. Everybody's trying to shoot for you. I thought they withstood the early pressure from Kingwood. I thought Kingwood came out and gave a battle early to force that pressure. But now Westfield is in a groove on offense and their own defense. They're flying around, they're making tackles, and you see why they get the accolades that they've received so far.
Offset I formation for Pine, the backup quarterback in the game. Sterling Cole out. hands off the ball to Young. Young finds a hole and goes 4 yards for the gain to the 21-yard line. So Lake Travis is number 5 in the state, and they're 11-0. So that is going to be a big matchup next week between these two teams.
That's going to be a big-time battle, and you need to make sure wherever that's at, that pencil that thing down. A team that's 11-0, you need a team that's going to be very aggressive, that can kind of combat some of the skill set that Westfield has. I mean, that's an exciting game. I'd be looking forward to watching.
That's 14-6A over there. They were the district champions out of that district. 2 minutes on the clock as they're just letting it run down to just about no time left on the play clock. Handing the ball off to Young. Young finding a hole on the near side. And he gets down to the 30 or the 26-yard, 27-yard line. And it's going to be a first down. That's Demetrius. No last name on the roster for him. Running the ball now. So you basically at this point you have your second team in.
Yeah, which is smart. You want to get those guys some work, and as you progress through the playoffs, there's going to be a point in time where they may be called on to give you some significant minutes.
The snap handing off to Demetrius, coming towards the near side. And he's down at the 30-yard line. 1:09 to go. We're almost done here at Turner. So Kingwood will finish their season with a 6-5 record. Respectable year for them. They finished 3rd place in 16-6A. They had to face a lot of adversity, and they have nothing to hang their heads over because, I mean, the 16-6A district is pretty tough, and they managed to finish 3rd in the district.
No, they've had a very nice season. I'm sure it's not ending the way they wanted it to end, but to lose to a team, and I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself to say they're going to lose tonight, but with about 30 seconds to go, I think I may be safe. But you know, they've respected a good game today from Westfield, and they forced them into a lot of uncomfortable situations. So they can hang their heads high on this night tonight. So
they take the delay of game penalty just so they can kneel it out with this next play for Westfield, and they're going to walk out of here with a win. And it's for Kingwood, their season, really, like you said, it didn't end the way they wanted it to. But you lost Dawson Trudell early in the year, and then just about the time he's getting healthy, you lose Alana Lewis. So I mean, you never really had a fully healthy team the whole year, and you're still able to get into the playoffs, and that's an accomplishment in and of itself. And I feel like there's nothing for them to really hang their hats on.
No, that's an outstanding coach. Coach Campbell has done a fine job with this team, as he always does. And it's great leadership that he's presented, has given them the opportunity to do what they're doing.
So the final score here from Turner, as that one was kneeled out, 35-14. Westfield has defeated Kingwood. Westfield will move on to face Lake Travis next week, after Lake Travis has defeated Pflugerville 48-0. We're going to take a quick break and come right back with a post-game wrap-up and have a little bit of a conversation about the playoffs and some score updates, and then we'll be out of here. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after about 1 minute. You're listening to TexanLive.com.
Only one network is big enough to cover the great state of Texas, and only one show travels across the state to get the skinny on high school sports every week, all year long. You want the best in high school sports? Catch High School Spotlight on Fox Sports Southwest.
Download the new Fox Sports Southwest Football Friday app. Connect and get live scores statewide. Find games near you. Plus, get your photos on our Friday night show. This is the one app that can handle high school football in Texas. Hit the App Store and type Football Friday. Friday high school football isn't over till you watch High School Scoreboard live. Final scores, big plays, plus the DQ Big Game of the Week.
Be a part of the most watched high school football show in Texas.
Friday on Fox Sports Southwest.
Back here live at Turner Stadium, J.W. Smith alongside Derek Jones. And Derek, the Kingwood Mustangs have fallen to the Westfield Mustangs, 35-14, and Westfield's going on to face Lake Travis. Tonight's game was really a story of two halves, as Kingwood was able to keep it close, but Westfield, as you said, with a team with athletes like that, they kind of pull away and wear you down, and that's exactly what happened here tonight.
Yeah, they just wore them down, basically what it came down to. And then also that big play strike capability from Cole to Cleveland. I mean, I thought that just kind of overwhelmed Kingwood at the end. A valiant effort from Kingwood, great season for them, but Westfield, they're the real deal, and they should move forward and see what happens next week.
Got any score updates for us?
Yeah, right now we have some scores around the area. Dawson is winning against LaPorte 37-10 with about 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Cy Ranch is ahead of Memorial 44-6, just starting the fourth quarter. Cypress Creek is over 34-25 over Aldine in the fourth quarter, about 6 minutes. Of course, you talked about Clear Creek is over Travis right now. Manville is mashing Channelview 71-14 with 8 minutes to go.
Oh.
Yeah, Dayton is losing right now to Port Neches Groves 42-41 with a minute to go. Foster's up 31-7. Atascocita, of course, is winning against Klein 32-27 with about 3 minutes to go. A-Leaf Taylor is winning against Clear Springs. Out there in the Katy area, Katy beat Westside 77-0. Crosby's up 42-7 over Lumberton. Newton is up over Buffalo 56-7, and then we'll finish up West Orange Star Course won yesterday, and that pretty much wraps it up for most of these games in our area tonight.
So the biggest stat of the night in the second half was the fact that Westfield only had the ball for 6 minutes and was able to score that many points, and that just shows you this is the kind of team that can strike fast and often. And that's what you need to have if you're going to make a deep run in the playoffs. You have to be able to really show those kind of talent on defense or offense, and then you have the talent on defense too to back that up.
Yeah, they had a little bit of combination of both. I mean, of course, you had Young in the backfield. He's running hard. I thought he set the tone from an offensive standpoint. And then, of course, you get the combination of Cole to Cleveland, Cole to LeBlanc, two big-time receivers. I mean, the next opponent, Travis, I mean, you're going to want to double team both of those receivers if you're playing that team, and you definitely have to account for Young in the backfield. And from a defensive standpoint, you need to have your guys ready to double team, and double team some more. You may even keep another tight end in to kind of slow that pass rush from Westfield, because if not, these young men, they'll make a living in the backfield.
And that's going to be a big matchup against Lake Travis next week. Number 15, Westfield, you got to expect they're might move up in the rankings from this, and then Lake Travis is number 5, so big top 25
wow.
matchup, and it's going to be exciting. So who's your player of the game tonight for this one? I have my ideas, and I want to hand it to the defense. Mine is Ed Oliver.
Yeah,
but you might go with somebody different.
Yeah, I like the combination of the pass, but that's the easy way out. I'm going to give it to the lineman. Linemen don't get a lot of love.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and he was a man tonight. I mean, the man just running people over and knocking people down. So we give it to Oliver.
All right, so your player of the game is Ed Oliver. Your final score here from Turner, 35-14. Westfield defeats Kingwood, moves on to the area round. And that's going to do it for us here from Turner. For Derek Jones, Chance Bond, who was kind enough to come and keep stats for us, and Will Bates here keeping the commercials running and making us sound great. I'm J.W. Smith saying good night, have a great rest of the weekend, everybody, and see you next week for more playoff action.